Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope life is treating you well. Happy midway into the year. I'm going to blame this month's procrastination on my producer and editor. It is purely and entirely his fault. I was willing and able until he decided to be a global trotter. So July is Oboniire month. It's the month that I started my first baby, my first business baby, and my biggest joy really. If you don't know what Oboniire is and you're just listening into my podcast, it's an Afrocentric brand. We do hair drops, breast jewelry, and recently moved into clothing. We have a physical outlet on Old Kennethdale Road, and then we also do deliveries, as well as we're moving into Kenya. So it's a pretty great 3 years. And so for the entirety of July, I'm going to be focusing on highlighting the business, but also highlighting a couple of lessons I have learned being a business owner. Also, if it's your first time here, gosh, forgive me. My name is Kanyomozi, and I am a content creator among many other hats that I wear. You can follow me on my socials at Kanyomozi across all platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Yeah. And then you can also follow the podcast page, which is Konversations with Kanyomozi. Yep. Let's get into it. So I said I would be sharing 7 lessons because it's the seventh month of the year. So I'll be sharing 7 lessons on that I've learned running a business. My business started off of social media, but has been able to grow. It was a COVID baby, and 3 years in, honestly, super proud. The first lesson is character development. You think you're a strong person? Run a business. Everyone's just like, business is so, oh my God. You think you're strong? You're going to run a business. Businesses will make you, they're like the best of both worlds. Like, they will make you so happy when they are thriving. But just like anything that's growing, they have that uncomfortable phase, and you will go through so many emotions. Like 1 minute, oh my God, we made a sale, to like going on weeks on end with like minimum sales, and going on months where you're barely surviving, and having to make decisions that just your life is constantly imbalanced. So but then I think they make you like smarter, they make you swifter, they make you a better thinker, they make you a better planner. So they really develop your character. If you're lacking when it comes to character, just start a business. Because if you thought Kampalamen will show you shege, this thing called business, it will show you senior shege. Number 2 on this list is targets. I think it's very important if you want to grow your business, if your business is not just a hobby, it's not just for fun, is to be able to set targets. That's something that I do, and sometimes I over target, but that's also because I'm an overachiever, like just as an individual. I don't care about capacity. I'm just like, I want this and I'm going to get it. So throughout my business, throughout my time running a business, I'm always constantly like thinking of, okay, so in the 3rd year, what should we have? I knew I wanted a physical outlet at some point. I knew I wanted distribution across more than one country. I knew I wanted an employee. I knew I wanted a couple of representatives of the brand. I knew I wanted to be able to build systems. I knew I wanted not to do customer care for the business. So there are a lot of things. I knew I wanted product increasing, like step by step, like every single year. What do we have that's new on the shelf? So setting targets for myself just helps me know when we hit something, oh my God, we've grown, we've been able to reach here and there. If I just let the wind move me, then it's very easy for you, 1, to give up, 2, for your business to be stagnant, because there's nothing that's chasing you, there's nothing that's hounding you at the back. Like, sis, if you don't make the sales, you're not going to be able to put out that product. So hurry up, auntie. Make sure you're selling, make sure you're still relevant, make sure your product is still booming, baby. Yeah. So number 3, I've learned to delegate. So when you start up a business, initially you're just, okay, can we get clients? Can we get a market? Are we making sales? Are our books balancing? Are we able to have like stock and stuff like that? So it's very easy for you to be the person who's dealing with clients, going to the suppliers, just making sure you're running the day to day. But when your business I'm going to say it, I have to say it, guys. Anyway, but when your business is growing and steadily growing, you have to now become the vision bearer. And once you become the vision bearer, it gets a lot harder to deal with the day to day. Also, one thing that I realized is I can't live off of Oboniire's income yet. So I also have to look for other incomes. In order for it to grow to where I want it to be, I have to sacrifice my today's gratification for our 10-year success. And what that looks like is I've got to put work elsewhere, as well as also be able to run this business. So what has worked for me is definitely being able to delegate and being able to train people who are passionate about my business, but also understanding of where our story is coming from and where we're looking to go, and people who are seeing that vision with me and following through. I think also I'm very blessed in that nature, because I always, even with Kenya, I just got to enlist someone on the team. She is a friend, but then also she's seeing the vision, she's seeing where I want us to go, which I cannot take for granted. So delegate and training people, and I remember when I wanted to hire someone in the beginning, a lot of Ugandan business owners are just you see, if you teach someone how you run your business, who you go to, A, B, C, and D, how you price, they're going to just steal the idea and do it. Let me tell you. And I was bragging out. This is a high key flex. When I started Oboniire, there were literally 3 to 4 businesses that came onto the market shortly after selling head wraps. 3 years later, I don't know who those businesses are. I don't know if they're still running. And this is a flex. Me, I will use it. It's a proper flex. But it's coming from a place of, if it's your idea, no one can replicate it. No one can do your business the way you want to do it. We can be 10 people on the market, but there's a reason why people will still be coming to my business. Because I know what I'm marketing, I know what I'm selling, I know the value of my business, I know my plan in my head. So even if you know my pricing to that T, even if you have the same people, even if you price lower, 10 out of 10 chances I'm still gonna be in business. Period. Part. That's all I have to say. So that's my thought process, especially around delegating and sharing information and stuff like that. Obviously, there are these people who are people who do it outright. I don't like it, and I've said it on my social media. But okay, who's your supplier? I'm not going to give you every secret of the business, no. And even when I delegate, it's a very gradual process. By the time someone goes around to mess with me and my business, it was definitely intentional. So that's on delegating. Systems, putting in systems. I can't explain this. For someone who runs more than one thing, or has their interest in more than one place, building systems for my business, having someone who's going to do customer care, having someone who's going to do the physical outlet, having someone I never want to do everything in Oboniire, because I'm just that sounds sticky. That sounds like tomorrow if I fall sick, nobody is going to know how the business runs. Someone has to be in an account, someone has to be in on the delivery services. I cannot have all the information stored in my head. There has to be gradual systems that ensure that the business is going to keep running. And for someone who likes to take time off like me, at least 3 times in a year I want to take time off, I don't want you to call me and ask me a silly question when you can easily get it through, the systems that I've built. So build systems. That's what I've learned. That's how, and it actually came off the realization that I could fall sick and I would need to be in hospital, and someone who's semi-independent, 90% independent. I need my business to also help me cater to some hospital bills. At least go, it buys me juice. And if I'm not able to function, then the business is not going to be able to make sales, which means I might not be able to, get even 10k for juice from it. So systems. Try. Business has taught me the element of trying. Like, you don't have to excel at everything. You don't have to understand everything 101% for you to begin to do it. Just try. The chances that it's going to fly are high. The chances that you're going to fail are equally as high. But as long as you've tried and there's no regret. There's so many things that we've tried, that I've tried under Oboniire. Some have worked, some haven't, but at least I've put in the work. Failure. Ugh! Guys, if you're a firstborn overachiever who is based off of validation, like their entire personality can only function when they're being validated, you will know that failure is it's crippling. But running a business has taught me that it's okay to fail and start again. It's okay to fail and just agree that, yes, I have failed. And it's really okay to fail. It's not the end of the world. There are a couple of products we put out in the market that didn't make, that I had so much faith in, that didn't follow through. There's a couple of things that I've put out that I've had to come back to the drawing board and re-strategize so they can come out better. It's just, it's able to It has taught me that it's okay to go back to the drawing board. It's okay to rethink. It's okay to say, okay, here I've blundered. And that is so fantastic, honestly, on my end. And then finally, being a business owner has taught me how to be solution-oriented. Guys, I cannot explain how much of a princess I was before I started a business. I was just like, it's not fixable, I'm going to cry. But now that I run a business, today that I'm recording this, I think my store manager texted me and gave me the worst news. I just said, all right, okay, what's next? Let's go. What's our next step? I didn't even dwell over it for 10 minutes. I'm like, this is what we're going to do. This is the solution. Let's get to it. Let's keep running. The tires have got to keep moving. There's absolutely no rest there. There's no stop there. Let's go. Even with work, even as an individual, I remember my phone got stolen earlier this year. Oh my god, I was shattered because I just spent money in it. But I wasn't as shattered as I was last year when my phone got stolen again. I wasn't as shattered as that time because I was very okay, so it has happened. Then what? This is the backup. This is what we're going to do for the next 2 days. This is how we're going to find money. This is what we're going to patch together. This is, let's keep moving. So honestly, running a business has taught me how to be solution oriented because I don't know if you guys listen to TikTok. Wow. Anyway, I don't know if you guys listen to TikTok, but there's that sound. You gotta get on your Zoom. And with a business, you have to be on your Zoom consistently. You have to have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, because plan E is not failing. Plan E is to fail. So you gotta get back on your Zoom, period. Anyway, and those are 7 lessons that have taken me through 3 years of business, things that I've learned, things that I've had to adopt into my character, things that have happened that have now shaped me to be a better individual but also a better business owner. And happy Oboniire month. Don't forget, if you follow Oboniire on Instagram, you'll be able to enjoy some of the offers that we have for our birthday month. A couple of discounts, a couple of offers are going around, and we're very excited to have you join the Babe community if you're not part. But if you are part, spread the word or go and shop. Bye bye.